On April 28, 2017, in Kitchener, Canada, Melinda Vasilija, aged 22, was found dead in her apartment after having suffered 47 stab wounds. This shocking discovery would unravel a chilling tale of obsession, betrayal, and a senseless act of violence. Melinda had been living alone in her apartment in Kitchener at the time of her death, but authorities quickly zeroed in on Ager Hassan, a 24-year-old man who at the time was Melinda's ex-boyfriend. In this video, we'll dive into the details of a Reddit confession post believed to be made by Hassan, the disturbing nature of his confession, and ultimately his arrest and conviction. On May 2nd, 4 days after Vasilija's murder, a Reddit user by the name RedAsBlue101 joined Reddit. On the same day they posted the same post twice. First it was posted in r/Canada, where it was probably removed as there were no comments on that post. It was also posted to r/Canada News, a less moderated subreddit at the time, where it stayed up longer as users started commenting on the thread. As of today, however, the thread has been nuked completely. Let's dive right into the post. I understand the early judgments made by society. Distancing myself makes it seem like I'm trying to escape a crime. I'm not. I'm only trying to give myself some space and fully take in what happened before I turn myself in. The fact is, no one is more destroyed than I am. She was more than a girlfriend, a soon-to-be fiancé. She was my everything. What happened that night was nothing but tragic. Looking back, we've been in a relationship for 1 year and 3 months. This was the first serious long-term relationship for the both of us, so everything we did was a new experience. We traveled the world, our families met, had fights and made up, talked seriously about marriage and kids, the whole deal. I would never physically hurt her in any way. She would occasionally hit or slap me when I said something stupid, but I'd laugh it off. She met all my friends and family. Wherever I went, she was there. She would come to my house from Kitchener every week, about an hour, starting Fridays, and would stay for 3 to 4 days. We were incredibly used to each other. The last month of our relationship, I started asking her to give me some space so I can work on my job. She started coming less and less like I asked. During March, her friend Anna got pregnant. Melinda and Anna then moved in together because Anna has a big family and wanted privacy in case she keeps the baby. I never met any of Melinda's friends at this stage, 1.5 years in. She told me all her friends only use her. That part was incredibly clear to me. They would only contact her if they needed their hair done and had boyfriend problems, including Anna. 1.3 months in, April, Melinda and I got into an argument via text, and our relationship ended. I went to her apartment that day to try and talk. Every time I tried breaking up with her, she would call my mom or drive down to my house, so this time I figured I'd do the same. Upon arrival, I was confronted by Anna's brother and her boyfriend. A physical altercation took place, and the police were involved. At this stage, I knew if we were to patch things up, it would be rough. We didn't see each other for a few weeks. Later on in April, Melinda and I started texting each other again. We agreed to see each other and talk, April 29th. She was originally supposed to drive down to my house, but felt sick, so I told her I would come and she agreed. Melinda told me Anna and her boyfriend were present. Incident from before might make things awkward. I didn't mind. Upon arrival, it was just Melinda. She said Anna went to drop Christina off at a club, Melinda's sister. She invited me to her room right away. We cuddled and talked. We never spent so much time away from each other. We just cuddled, kissed, and talked about everything. A while later, Anna came back with another friend. She asked Melinda if everything was okay, and Melinda said yes. Anna will attest to this if she is honest. We continued to talk and finally decided it was worth it to try one more time. However, Melinda didn't want anyone to know, especially her family. She said after the police were involved and the physical altercation with Anna's brother and boyfriend, things wouldn't be right if they knew right away. I agreed we would keep it on the down low until things cooled down. We continued to talk. Anna and her other friend left the house to grab food. We both let everything out, and our relationship was back on track. As I'm getting ready to leave, she asks me if I had done anything with any other girls while we were on the break, or any time we were on the break. I told her we needed to be honest and said yes, and told her about it. She started freaking out, wouldn't say a word and just kept slapping me with tears in her eyes. Slaps turned into hits. I told her I was sorry, but if she didn't stop, I'd do something back. She didn't stop. I then stupidly pushed her, harder than I expected. She fell against the sink. This was the first time I ever did something physically violent towards her. I told her I was sorry. She said leave. Leave now. I began saying sorry even more and asked if I could get a hug. She was still crying. I go up to her and try to give her a hug. Almost out of nowhere, she grabs a knife by the sink. Initially, I thought she was just going to hold it to try and tell me to leave. She doesn't. She comes at me in full force, aiming towards my face. I tell her to stop. She doesn't. I tried grabbing the knife but ended up cutting my hands. After a few cuts, I lost it. I freaked out. I was scared and in a state of shock. Never in 100 years did I think she would use a knife against me. Out of shock and fear, I grab one. I hit her with it, almost blindly, a few times. I didn't know what happened. I was confused, shocked and scared. I had no intentions of that happening. When I left, I honestly thought she just passed out. Then I looked at the blood and started freaking out and just ran. I didn't know for sure she had died until the next day. I honestly had no intention of ever doing that to her. I was protecting myself. She was with me the most. We were each other's best friends. She would tell me everything. Her deepest secrets that not even her friends or family knows. The amount of regret and sadness is beyond words. Everyone else is just reading or talking about it. I lived it. I was there. I did it. Every waking second I relive that moment. At this stage, life is really not worth it for me. Although it was out of shock and protection, I should have just accepted getting hit. Maybe I would have lived, maybe not. Anything is better than living with this. I'm reading the news and they are claiming it was targeted or an act of terrorism. Why would I buy her roses that night if I was planning on killing her? I didn't even go home that night. I always have a passport in the car and decided to just get away for a few days before turning myself in or killing myself. If any of it was planned, I would have taken my stuff. I would have took cash. I'm in the United States with $200, no clean clothes, nothing. I didn't intend any of it. It was out of fear and protecting myself, alongside shock. I'm sorry to everyone, especially Melinda's family. I know it will not be accepted, but no, I didn't mean anything bad to happen that night when I went there. Rest in peace, my beautiful. I hope you forgive me in the afterlife. Pictures of our last text convo. Pictures of us as a couple. Some people think I was a complete stranger and just killed her. The pictures the user provided were pretty normal pictures of what looked like a couple. Some of the photos would be black and not visible. He did write a few comments which were disturbing to say the least, and also explain his feelings more. Honestly, Anna, I met you twice, so I don't know you. After she moved in with you, she started acting differently and aggressive. I don't know what you put into her head. I'm not blaming you, but I just wished you had been a better friend to her. She used to show me texts of you, telling her, "Screw your boyfriend, let's go out and club." I'm not saying it was your fault for the initial April breakup, but I know you had something to do with it. Everything else that followed was unfortunate. All I'm saying is life was better without you. Take care. Rest in peace, my beautiful. Looking at the text conversation, it felt oddly normal considering it took place on the same day that Melinda was murdered. It might also be the very last messages she ever sent out. I just finished. Got like a half-hour break before taking my dad. I feel so sick, it's crazy. Drink some water and get some rest. Don't drive here if you're feeling sick. I'll come to you. I don't even think I can make it to my dad. I feel that shitty. My whole body aches. I feel like I'm gonna faint. Okay, now I'm actually worried about you. I'll see if my sister can drive him instead so I can do nap. I'm going to leave work now. Fuck it. Gonna go home and get out of this uncomfortable suit. We'll have a relaxed conversation and I'll take care of you. No, stay at work. I'll nap and let you know when I'm up. I'll stay till 6, and respect for the no periods. KK, I'll text you when I'm up, and yeah. Okay. I'm just driving home. When you're up, let me know if tonight is for sure or not. Just woke up, not feeling any better. I know what will make you feel better. I'll be there by 11:03. 11:06. You can't help. We shall see. Anyways, I'm gonna get ready. I wanna run it by Anna first, so she doesn't freak out. She's not home yet though. Okay, lol. Tell her it's a guy who looks like me. I kinda lost weight. Lol. When will you be here? I'm gonna leave my house in like 15. KK, hurry. Will Anna be there? Yeah, she's with Byron in her room. I'm driving now. Don't come through the side door. Come through the front. Text me when you're in the lobby and I'll buzz you in. Yeah, I don't think I ever want to look at that side door ever again. 15. Stay in your car for a bit. Christina is on her way up, and I don't want her to know you're coming or see you. Anna is taking her to the bar. Okay. Well, I'm here. Wait till they leave. Don't be seen. Okay, I'll undercover mode, lol. Missions. When are they leaving? No clue. She's gotta get dressed and put on Lajes. Okay, I'll just Google wherever the fuck Lajes is in the meantime. I think the coast is clear. Okay, coming. And the last message ever sent between them was, buzz me in. In the comments on the thread, I found a user who stood out among the few that were available on the archive. A user by the name of GhostBlack905 commented the following. I love you, family. Through this and whatever it takes to help overcome it. Be safe. We'll get the business startups going together someday. This was weird to say the least, so I decided to investigate the account further. The account was also created on the day the post was created and commented about 4 hours after it was published. All posts were very defensive of OP, and after commenting on this thread, they never posted or commented again. Judging by the use of word family in the comment, it's not impossible that GhostBlack905 is either Hassan's family member, Hassan's throwaway account, or just a random troll on the internet. In case this post was actually made by Hassan, and since he was on the run, there is a chance someone knew where he was, or at least kept in touch with him to know when the post would go live. This is just a speculation, and the truth might never be known. Some of the other comments are as follows. Somehow missing from his side of the story is the fact that the restraining order had been previously issued against him. Hassan was not allowed to enter Waterloo region or have contact with Vasilia. For not obeying these court orders, he was charged with breach recognizance. You probably would have had a shot at the self-defense plea had you not fled. Turn yourself in. Tell the truth. You have defensive wounds. If this is really you, you're a sick monster. You knew exactly what you were doing. I know people who were friends with this girl. I hope you rot in prison. It was never confirmed whether Red as Blue 101 really was Agar Hassan, but authorities said that they were looking at the post, and Hassan's mother said she believed her son was behind the post, as the pictures he provided wouldn't be available to anyone else. Hassan was eventually captured on July 11th by authorities in Texas, and in 2023 Agar was found guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. He may apply for parole in 2033. These are some things Hassan said after his arrest. I should be in jail for a very long time, but I swear to God I lost control. Convict me for life, I don't care, but I blacked out. Don't try to say I did this in the right mind. I killed her, yes. I didn't do this out of anger. I didn't do this because we didn't get back together. It happened because I was a f***ing idiot. It's all just hitting me. Even though Hassan was found guilty and sentenced, no amount of justice will ever bring back Vasilia, and her family and friends are left to grieve the loss of a loved one who was taken away from them too soon.